This is the lightest bike they have, 125cc and 121 kilograms. But yeah, 125cc, definitely some noticeable difference between this one and the other ones. But this one does have a gear indicator. And one thing they already told me is that it kinda brakes heavily on the engine itself. More a chopper-ish like. Oh, this one is in miles per hour, so we're doing 50 miles per hour, which is around 80 kilometers, I guess. I kinda, it's different look by only you have that one, but it, like I said, it does have a gear indicator there. And this one, brand new, this version is 2,700 euros. Which is for a brand new bike with 2 years guarantee, not much. I know second-hand bikes that are cheaper. Then again, it is a 125cc. But if you got your license and you need to drive a 120cc bike, why not buy a new one? There's also another reason, because apparently in most European countries, if you have a car license and more than 5-year driving experience, you can drive a 125cc bike with your car license. So especially some older people who have driven cars for quite some time and who want to drive motorcycle because whatever reason, midlife crisis, then the 125cc option like this is a real option, especially if you like the more vintage look, because that is what it is. It's a vintage classic look of the 70s, the 80s. It is a mesh. Tank position is quite right. Mirrors I would change. Same stuff again. Indicators, ignition, etc. The rest is chrome, so it does need a little bit more maintenance. You can also get it in black, because you know the stuff is changeable like custom bikes. You do ride in a higher RPM range, or it just shakes a little bit more. This one has a pretty nice lean angle. For some reason I have the feeling that you're a little bit higher up. This is also the one that seems to attract most attention. Then another thing that I noticed, the mesh has a screen, the gasoline cage on the right side of the tank, not in the middle. With both SWMs, it's in the middle, but both have the same look, that it looks vintage, it looks old. It looks like an old twisty case, but it's actually a bit key. I like the seating position. The saddle has this little grip thing, my butt is on it, so that is a downside, but other than that I actually quite like the seating position. The engine brake is quite big, I must say. You don't really have to brake with the brakes. This one is quite quiet. Not too quiet, but you know, just quiet enough, I would say. It is feeling like a touring motorcycle, precision wise. And if you live in a big city where you don't need 50 miles per hour, where you don't need 80 kilometers per hour, I can see this being useful because of the brake engine power and stuff like that. And because this Jeep is not that wide, and it feels nimble enough. I think it is nimble enough. Then I can see that this might be a perfect commuting bike. But the shakiness at the higher speeds, it would be a reason not to buy it. I'm sorry. My butt is shaking, my hands are shaking, my feet are shaking, my knees are shaking. It's almost like you're riding a big dildo. Just shakes. Okay, full out. Is not going. It just lacks the power. And that's probably 125-ish. And the faster you go, the more it shakes. Now I reached 110. Nah, that's it. I think I topped it at almost 70 miles per hour. I think that is about the max. I must say, even though the sitting position is nice and I like the looks of it, this is my least favorite one. It's just a little bit too much engine shake and steering shake for me.